citation.
For people living there.
Just by that visual evidence, and if it went away in court, so this would be a citation, and today we started all going on the other day.
Right. So I think what's going to have to happen is the same task force, the vice task force, and the county sheriff is going to have to go in there and do the same thing. Yeah.
Me too.
But either way, I had a discussion with Nick. Not his authority to replicate the license. That's the mayor's authority. He's the part where we're saying, well, it's in Billy's hands. It's not. It's in the mayor's hands. The mayor. I did. I had a conversation with them today, just to let you know that the place has been shut down. They were served notice, posting, and certified mail. So.
Can you please explain to us a different conversation with regards to transfer stamps? We've got a brand new house that was built on Keeler, and people closed. But the builder who built it, who then turned around and sold it, didn't come and get his transfer stamps until 2 weeks later. So I want to know how the title company is going forward and allowing closings without our transfer stamps, because they're not supposed to do that.
No.
How do we go after them, scold them, yell at them, do whatever?
Probably issue a letter, form letter to Chicago Title, to First American, to Stewart Title, about 20 of them, get them out there and let them know.
Yeah, but what's our recourse? What's our recourse if they're allowing closings to happen, if they're allowing property transfers to happen without having the proper transfers?
Recourse is to say that they can't get occupancy.
But they already have occupancy, so, huh?
They should have been in.
Did I turn this off? There we go. Okay, at this time, I would like to call the Village of Midlothian Board meeting for July 24th, 2019 to order. Roll call, Clerk Moskal.
Trustee Caveney.
Here.
Trustee Crowley. Trustee Gillis.
Here.
Trustee Ivan.
Here.
Trustee Killelea. Trustee Kreis.
Here.
Mayor LaRue. We have a quorum. In the absence of Mayor LaRue, I would be seeking a motion to appoint Trustee Kreis as the chairman of tonight's meeting.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of silence for our veterans? The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And speaking of veterans, I just wanted to let everybody know at 4:30 Mass at St. Christopher's this last Saturday evening, longtime resident, World War II veteran and hero, Lee Scheidel was at Mass. For those of you who remember the Scheidel family, he is sharp as a tack, living in Naples, Florida, but was up here for a visit, and I had the opportunity to talk to him. Okay, at this time, we will go into the public hearing for the appropriations ordinance. I will open the hearing to public comment on the appropriations ordinance. This is not the board meeting, the appropriations ordinance. Any public comment? Does the village board have any comment regarding the appropriation ordinance? Clerk Moskal, have you received any correspondence?
We have not received any correspondence.
Okay, I would be looking then for a motion to adjourn to the board meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Ivan, seconded by Trustee Caveney. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. We are now in regular board meeting. So the first item on the agenda tonight, we are going to swear in Officer Robert Eber. If you would come forward. And should he now bring whoever he wants to pin? Do you have somebody that you want to pin? Pin your badge? Come up.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Robert Eber,
having been appointed to the position
having been appointed to the position
of probationary police officer
of probationary police officer
in the village of Midlothian
in the village of Midlothian
in the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook.
aforesaid do solemnly swear
Aforesaid do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the village of Midlothian
and the ordinances of the village of Midlothian
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Is going to do the honors? Okay.
Sorry, I can't see it. And those little itty bitty, there it is. Getting old. I can't let you. There we go. Stay in your pictures.
It's your great one, getting with you.
That's very good. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, those of you who came for the swearing in, you're more than welcome to stay for the board meeting, but if you don't want to, now you can escape, okay? And that does not mean board members. Thanks all for coming out. Okay, is there any, do we have any members tonight of village commissions, committees, or local organizations? State your name, please.
Rita Sarni, Keep Midlothian Beautiful, and Friends of the Library.
Thank you.
Jean Bardecki, Safety Committee, Beautification Committee, Keep Midlothian Beautiful, and Friends of the Library.
George Golden, Veterans Committee, VFW, American Legion.
Terry Gillis, zoning board, water commissioner, and Keep Midlothian Beautiful.
All right, thank you all for coming out this evening. Now the board will open the floor to public comment. Does anybody have public comment? If so, would you please step up to the microphone and state your name? Jean?
Jean Bartecki. I wanted to give kind of a report from the Beautification Committee on the garden walk. It was a very hot day. We had 54 attendees, and Sandy Crowley won the space thing.
Land speeder.
Oh, what is it?
Land speeder.
Land speeder. That Star Wars thing. That's it.
Well, thank you, and thanks to the Beautification Committee for all your hard work. The gardens are beautiful, and the flower boxes look great, so thank you. Thank you all. Okay, at this time, we will go to the consent agenda. On this evening's consent agenda, item number 1, approval of ordinance 2033, providing an appropriation for corporate purposes by the Village of Midlothian, Cook County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2019 and ending April 30th, 2020. Item 2, approval of ordinance 2034, adopting the Illinois Plumbing Code 77, Illinois Admin Code 890 with amendments and amending the village's municipal code at 4-11-2 and 4-18-19. Item number 3, approval of ordinance 2035, amending Title 4, Chapter 23 of the Illinois Municipal Code of the Village of Midlothian to delete the current provisions and replace said chapter of Title 4 with provisions entitled Registration of Defaulted Mortgage and Vacant Property. Item 4, approval of Resolution 190724-A, finding continuing need for confidentiality of closed session minutes. Item 5, approval to combine the part-time position of Animal Care and Control Officer and Community Service Officer into one full-time position. Item number 6, approval of a fall festival event budget not to exceed $700. Item number 7, approval of board meeting minutes for July 10th, 2019. Item number 8, approval of the June 2019 Treasurers Report. Number 9, approval of the June 2019 Building Department Report. Number 10, approval of the June 2019 Fire Department Report. Item number 11, approval of the June 2019 Health Department Report. Item number 12, approval of the June 2019 Police Department Report. Item 13, approval of the June 2019 Public Works Department Report. Item number 14, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item that any board member would like removed from the consent agenda this evening? I think, Clerk Moskal, I was going to ask that item number 4 be removed. Any of the board members have any other items they would like removed?
No, I don't.
Okay, if not, the chair would be looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda without item number 4.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by trustee Gillis, seconded by trustee Ivan. Is there any discussion?
I'm just curious why we're removing number 4.
Because there were a lot of closed session minutes attached to the resolution, and trustee Christ was not able to finish reading through all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if
We're just-
everybody else has
Yeah.
read through all of them,
We
but...
should be able to approve it at the next meeting.
That's fine. Not a
Okay.
problem. I was just curious. I didn't know if there was an issue or problem.
No, just that I didn't get through all of them. Okay, so we have a motion, a second. There was no discussion. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Gillis?
Aye.
Trustee Ivan?
Aye.
Trustee Caveney?
Aye.
Trustee Christ?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, so, under my business this evening, I really have nothing other than I'm pleased to report that the permeable parking lot is installed after 5 years. It will be, and I know Superintendent Sperry could not be happier, right? And it will be striped on Monday. So that is really all I have this evening.
May I ask a question about the lot? I was looking over all the documents. I drove over there and it looks beautiful. I was hoping that those bricks that were put in could have been dyed black so that when everything gets seal coated, it would all match, but oh well, it's gonna look kind of weird if at some point VFW seal coats, but we'll have to deal with it. But otherwise, it looks beautiful. I noticed on Antero's project drawings, that chunk of concrete, or there was a chunk of asphalt that was adjacent to the rain garden that had to be removed, which has been removed, and it's been graded. And then we also have that deep trench that's along the north edge of the rain garden. I'm just curious who's responsible for taking care of that, because it's not part of the Great Lakes landscaper contract who did
Yes, the asphalt patch, we'll probably just take some more stone off, put some dirt and seed in there.
Okay.
And then the border between the concrete curb and the rain garden.
Yeah.
I actually brought that up to Jeff from
Yeah.
And I think it would be best to just expand the rain garden towards it, because anything is planted, if you just try to plant dirt and seed there, it's gonna end up being weeds.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Something we're
know.
gonna have to discuss.
And
with you guys.
And we still should have enough money on the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant, which doesn't expire until October.
Right. Because my concern is that when I went over to take a look, before the gravel parking lot was dug up and replaced, everything looked sort of flat. But now when you go over there and you see that we've got a level parking lot, the rain garden in some spots sits 10 inches, 12 inches, 15 inches above that. So I'm not sure how we're gonna
Yeah, I'm hoping that
slope that over.
I'm not a rain garden specialist, but I'm hoping that somebody can come in and take that maybe a couple feet in and then redo it so that the plants will all grow and it will look a little bit more uniform.
Well, should we call Julia
Yes.
and get her
Just
opinion
haven't had
on
a
how
chance.
to?
I just found out
Yeah.
yesterday from Jeff, I said, let you go in there.
Well,
She was
I'm kind of confused as to why this was not part of the plan, or why was this not part of the engineering or the scope of work,
The original rain
or...
garden's already expanded out further than we're.
No, I understand that, but I mean, as part of the engineering of all this, they should have realized that there was some sort of slope, and, because when I went back to look at the drawings, I didn't see on the drawing where they were gonna, I tried to look on the drawing because they were so tiny, the drawings were so small, I didn't see where they were gonna put in that concrete curb.
The
I didn't see a
parking lot
notation for
The
it.
parking lot was designed to go in where it's at.
No, I
That was
know.
first, you know,
I
then
know.
the rain garden came along.
Right, I know.
And that went in where it went in.
Right, I know.
So it's not on Antero, I don't believe.
No, it's just that when they were doing the final drawing, I guess I'm just kind of confused why they didn't take that into consideration, that there was going to be that big gap, and how were we going to fix it? Or why it wasn't brought up to anybody, because it was never mentioned in any of their plans, and like I said, when I looked at the plan, when I looked at the final plan that the board adopted, I couldn't see a notation on any of the drawings where that they were putting that concrete curb in. I'm glad it's there, but, because on the plan, there's a notation about finishing the edge all the way around, and that's why we have the black asphalt around it, but, so, I don't know.
Well, we do have funding where we should have enough money to deal with that, because we have that National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant is $150,000.
So by us just grading out that other patch and adding dirt and seed, that's sufficient? We don't have to put plant plugs or any more rain garden?
It's outside the scope of the
That
work.
was an existing old, asphalt parking lot that was there, we took out. Now nobody's really.
No, I know it's outside the scope of work for Antero, but it's not outside the scope of the work for the IGIG grant or the National Fish and Wildlife grant. That's part of the grant work.
No, it wasn't. That was
Yes, Karen, I read it last night. If you go back and look at the IGIG, that is included in the IGIG. The IGIG calls for that to be pulled out, and that whole lot over there was supposed to be backfilled with plant plugs or something.
Well, we have enough money to do it, so if you want to get Julie out there to give it a look, see, that would be great.
All right.
Okay, and that is all I have this evening. Trustee Ivan?
Thank you. I don't have anything to discuss today.
Trustee Gillis?
Just to give a few highlights of the June Fire Department report. They had 141 EMS calls, 38 were ALS, 39 were BLS, 64 were refusals. I believe we were billed $77,000 for the month and collected just over $22,000. They responded 14 times to Posen for automatic aid. They received, they were given 15 assists from Posen during the month. One each from Crestwood and Oak Forest. One each from Oak Forest and Crestwood. They assisted Crestwood 5 times and received assistance 12 times for the month. And year to date, we have 1,349 calls, and that is all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Cagney?
Thank you. I don't have any specific building department updates, except to mention that today, Superintendent Sperry shared an email with me that he got from FEMA, and they are going to be hosting FEMA Map Changes webinar. It's going to be presented by the National Flood Insurance Program, and this is specifically for insurance agents. So FEMA is going to be working directly with insurance agents to explain any map changes so that insurance agents can better prepare their policyholders for any changes that may be coming. So I reached out to 3 of the 4 insurance agents in town that I know of. I still need to get in touch with Brian Robinson of State Farm up on 147th Street and let him know. And just one more question for Superintendent Sperry. Have you gotten any phone calls back on the Public Works building?
I talked to him yesterday, and he said he's getting together. We had a guy come out and look at the roof, because there's no sense in fixing the wall without the roof. That's what caused the wall damage. So
the Public Works roof?
Yeah. Most of it's capping on the outside and that kind of thing. So they're going to put the 2 reports together, and he said he hoped to have something for us by the next day.
Oh, great. Okay, and that's all I have.
Okay, and Trustee Killey is not here this evening. Trustee Crowley is not here this evening. Does anybody have any reports from either of them?
Let me see what I've got. Trustee Crowley's on baby watch.
Somebody's having a baby?
Yeah, her son and daughter-in-law are expecting. No, think we're good.
Okay. Department heads, Chief Hotwagner?
I have nothing to say.
Okay, we're on a roll tonight. This might be a record. Chief Delaney?
Mess it up a little bit. Just a reminder that National Night Out is August 6th. If you want to come hang out with police and first responders, I encourage you to come out that night. And then an update on 5-0 at the Dirty O, which occurred last Saturday. Sergeant Tebow helped raise over $20,000 for Special Olympics. So they lined them up based on how much they raised. He was in the number 2 spot, and he didn't win the race. They brought home the trophy medal. That's all I have.
Okay, and for the record, Trustee Killelea arrived at 7:19 as we're about to close the meeting. Yeah, that's what the applause was for. Okay, Superintendent Weinert?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Superintendent Sperry?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Engineer Nagel?
Ms. Grice, the board, I got 2 items, and I'll be brief. The first one is the paving project's going very, very well. They did the milling the last couple of days, and they're putting surface down, or leveling binder down on Friday, or maybe Saturday or Monday. Then after that, they're doing the concrete work, and a week later, they're going to do the surface. The project should be buttoned up in 2 to 3 weeks. Really happy with the way that's working out. Then on Tuesday, Mr. Sperry and I are taking bids for the sanitary sewer televising cleaning project at 10 a.m. Everybody wants to go to the bid opening, see how it's done, you're more than welcome. It's a public bid opening to be done here in the clerk's office, or in the main chamber. That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Treasurer Britton?
Nothing?
Deputy Clerk Kalaki? Okay, Attorney Valadez?
Just that the mayor will be chairing a business license revocation hearing on July 30th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers concerning Lux Spa. And we have some good news from the police and sergeant union negotiation. The union accepted the village's last offer, and we have a contract.
Great. Thank you. Great. Okay, the village president is not here this evening, and does anybody have any other information? No? Okay, Clerk Maskell, you are on.
Just a few brief items. The clerk's office did receive a block party request for 149th Street between Kenneth and Kilbourne on September 1st from 4 p.m. until midnight. And it does appear they have 3 residents who have signed the request, and their information is in order. Does the board have any objection to us sending an approval letter? Okay, great. I will send that. And then lastly, in board docs, you should have all received a copy of the June Freedom of Information Act report. And that is all I have.
Okay, I don't know if this is a record.
Nope, it's not.
Okay, but that being said,
Is it even close?
I will be looking for a motion to adjourn at 7:21.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Don?
Carried. Okay,
You were here for 2 minutes. How could he oppose?
we are adjourned.